Welcome everyone to the watch along. Hope we're all doing really well today. See Tiger Time's in chat. See Helena's in chat. Unlucky today for the Tigers. That was one hell of a game. Gutted for you all. Absolutely gutted. You had chances to win that as well, but you should hold your heads up high. Callum Ward, it was gutting, wasn't it, as well? Absolutely gutted for you guys there. You deserve that. You really did. Absolutely deserved to win. Hey, King Cruller, how are you doing? How are we all? I was cheering you home, as you know. You know I'm not a big Giants fan, so unlucky. But this should be a ripper. Hopefully this is going to be a ripper. The Crows versus the Swans. Hey, Kate. I'm good, Wolfie. I still think you've got to have them on Fraud Watch. No, at this stage, King Cruller, got a few things on, so I might have to... Can't really commit to anything at this stage. Hey, Helena. Hey, Naladan. How you doing? I'm looking forward to this one. Is there any update on Callan? Is there any update on him? Because that's probably career over, isn't it? It's going to be interesting. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? That's gutting that, Kai, because that's probably career over, isn't it? Hey, Carlo, how you doing? Yeah, it was horrible to see. You know what? Players like that, like I can't think of anything worse than a player having to retire for injury when it's probably their last year. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of them, isn't it? It's heartbreaking to see. You know what is amazing about Callum Ward is he's looked about 24 his entire fucking career. Like, fair play to him. Hey, Double Dummy, how you doing, mate? What are the thoughts? I've just done the review of the Collingwood Hawthorn games. Should go up tomorrow morning. Absolutely gutting for the Hawks, but is it anything to be concerned by? Particularly your tackle pressure over the last 2 weeks. What's going on there? Hey, love it, Carlo. Go well, mate. Good luck tonight. It's bizarre, isn't it, Double Dummy? I actually think this might be one of my best reviews, to be fair. Very good, mate. Very good. Haiku. Very good, mate. Tom McCarthy, 26, just a lazy 26. Just a lazy 26. Spawn Tiger Time. How are you doing, mate, as well? I feel like I haven't seen you for ages, mate. You okay? What, in the comp? In the comp? Hey, good to have you back, Tiger Time. I enjoy your company, mate. Hey, how you doing, Nath, mate? Well, look, no surprise. I'll be rooting for the Swans. So I don't think that'll surprise anyone. I've got Langy on opposition shirt watch. There is a few going for Swans, mate. Noah, Vossi, Aaron May, Paul, Ben Tigers, Tilda, P. John, Jeremy, Rochi, and Luca. And Teresa. That's all you need. I do. I've gone for the Crows. I've gone for the Crows. Here we go. We are off. Izak Rankine absolutely drilled down by Sam Berry. Oh, did I? Sorry, Teresa. No, I went Crows. Sorry. I was reading about Swans. I don't know, Double Dummy. Brain fade. Early doors. Dawson can't get it very far, but it's mopped up straight away by Hingy Dog. He drills it in. Bit of frantic defending going on. That is probably the worst stage of defending ever. And there is a behind. Hey, Les, how are you? Sorry, Double Dummy. That was me. Teresa, I've still left it 24 hours. So here we are. Sydney drill it back in. Max Michelani can't grab it. Sydney just rifle it forward. Players everywhere. Rowbottom dinks it out. Chad Warner set upon like a man who's owed money. Was a great try, though, under the post. You'd appreciate that if you were the kicker. Hey, Les, how good was that game as well, mate? That was a really good... We've been treated to some good games on Saturday, haven't we? To be fair. There we are, ball up just inside the D50 of the Crows. Rowbottom, as he often does, dances through traffic. And there is a tackle and a stoppage. That was a really... You know what? Real impressive by Fremantle. Tough one to read for you, aren't they? Riley O'Brien, absolutely monsters. Grundy there. Taylor Adams gets his head over the ball. And they wrestle it out only as far as Sydney at the halfway. Good day, Chills. How are you, mate? Sydney just flip it out wide. You know what? Sydney have got quite a few of these guys that look like the perfect boyfriend on Sims. Hey, Langy, that was a great spot by you. Hey, well done. Hey, that's a good little pickup, that, by you. Double dummy. Solid, bro. So Sydney just been a bit patient here. Drilled inside. Jake Lloyd. Umpire getting involved already. Free kick, Sydney. Mark Keane's like, what the f was that for? And here he is. McLean. Straight in the old front. I don't do shiver. What is that? Talk to me about that. It's horrible, isn't it, Shiny Blue? Reminded me of Judd, that. And Hayden slots it through. 6-1. Is it the first part of a pirate being shocked? Shiver me timbers. That sounds right up my alley, Double Dummy. I like something a little bit quirky. A lot of play acting there from the Adelaide and the Sydney guy, isn't there? Jesus Christ, that was like... That was some Barbara Streisand-esque stuff. Tell him that the sun and moon shine in his eyes. That was Barbara Streisand, wasn't it? Have I just made that up? It was Barbara. I'm sure that's Barbara Streisand and Celine Dion. Chat Warner drives it forward. And we've got a bit of a hustle here. This game's already been a little bit scrappy. South Park. I'm pretty sure that was someone... Oh, I'll tell you what, saved on the line there by a marauding Caleb Mitchell. You know what? Caleb Mitchell looks about 45. Kai, how old's Caleb Mitchell? Brodie Grundy there, just on the left flank, takes a nice little grab. You know what, when we're talking about... Here, chat, if you had to steal one of these players, one of each team for your team, who would it be? If you're a Sydney or an Adelaide fan, I'll let you have two of the opposition. We are driven in. Side 50, spilled mark. And Worrell, as he often does, just tidies that up. Nice little kick inside. And Adelaide are out. Steele and Dawson back. Not bad. Blakey and Rankine. Don't mind it. Rankine and Warner, I'd probably be the same as you, Langy. Do like Rochelle, though, mate. Oh, Sam Berry has been involved in everything. Ben Keys, that might be holding the ball. It's not. Sam Berry again. Neil Bullen. Izak Rankine steadies. Thank you very much. 8-1. 8-6 even. Kai, how old's Caleb Mitchell? So you know that Indigenous thing I was talking about yesterday, the top 10? Let's rank the top 10. Chat, in your opinion, best Indigenous footballer in the league. And why is it Izak Rankine? Hey, Double Dummy, you can do what you want. Really? F off. Caleb Mitchell's never under 25. If he's under 25, his paper round... He's 20 years old. His paper round must have been through Beirut. Hell. 21 in August. Jesus. Good day, Charbel, are you? Jesus H. He must have been able to buy darts from the womb. Good tackle there by Haywood, who should be a Carlton player. Can someone tell me what happened to Carlton's salary cap? Right, from fucking September last year to now. Because weren't they offering like close to $1 million for Haywood? Good one, Mrs. P. Mrs. P says it's the payout to cover up dick pics. Bobby, right, chat, serious. Number 1 Indigenous player in the league now on form. Bobby's got to be top 3. Heaney, smothered. Danny Curtin, can't wait to see his brother in the big time. Oh, Riley O'Brien's got away with one there. James Robum. Oh, behind. I'd say Rankine too. $1 million for every inch. No, legit though, what happened to salaries? I'm asking you a lot of questions. It's like a first date. Genuinely, what happened with Carlton's salary cap from September to now? And question 2, your top 3 Indigenous players in order. I reckon it would be Rankine, Jason Horne-Francis, Bobby Hill, Keziah Pickett, Nasir Wanganeen Milwera. What an absolute mark by Laddams there. Laddams drills it in down to the pocket. Heaney spills. Haywood's there. Any danger of calling holding the ball? Well done, umps. Morlock, he'd be in the top 45. I agree, Nathan. He'd definitely be in my top 3. The fact is, look, I have had a shit night's sleep because I keep looking at that. Bolton's a great shout, Chills. Spot on, Double Dummy. Pickett would definitely be up there. I don't think he's the unadulterated number 1 like that thing. Kate, that was part of the joke. I'd probably put some of the Pom players that are playing in there as well. Cal Brown before Motlop. There we are. Oh, how is that not holding the ball, umpire? Corey Warner ran half the length of the field. One of the worst shots at goal you'll ever see. That might be the greatest goal assist ever from Angus Sheldrake. Rankine, Bobby Pickett. I reckon that's around there. Nathan, honestly, I've never been offended. How was Lawson Humphreys? He would be a shout as well. And here we are anyway. Talking about good-looking blokes, Braden Campbell looks old. He looks like he would have been hot in the 70s behind. Braden Campbell looks like he would have been the most good-looking man at Woodstock. Tell you what, this game's flown by. We've had 10 minutes of the first quarter. Mitchell Hinge drills it out to the wing. You know what it is though, Nath? I reckon people actually underrate Bobby. I genuinely think that Collingwood have inverted Carlton syndrome. You know, the media really overplay Carlton players. I genuinely think they underrate Collingwood players, and I don't know why it is. Thilthorpe, great grab there. Drips it inside to the Pete Dog. Dawson in all sorts. Gets it forward. Absolute splendid work by Josh Shelley, and we have an absolute stonking goal. The core strength from Rochelle, phenomenal. Definitely would be on a rowing team. Doesn't he look like he's a good-looking... He looks like he would be really good-looking in the 70s. You know, like when your nan showed you pictures, right? And you'd have a look at it. And your nan would be like, oh, that's your Uncle Peter. He was 18 then. And you're like, fucking hell, he looks about 50, nan. I don't know what is Jordan Butt's song. Let me guess. Is it Macho, Macho Man? I want to be a macho man. I agree with that, Josh. Good call. I agree with that, Les. Honestly, I reckon I could play for Collingwood this weekend. Yeah. I reckon I could play for Collingwood next weekend and be absolutely fine. Oh, Langy, that's a good shout. I like big butts and I cannot lie. That would be a great song. I reckon massaging a player's calves has got to be up there, top 3 jobs at the football. So number 1 would be the security guard inside the boundary fence. 2 would be the guy or the girl who runs out and gives out the drinks. And I reckon just doing the calf would be all right. Oh, tell you what, Ben Keys has worked an absolute brilliance there. Here is Caleb Mitchell claiming he's 21 this year. One of the biggest liars in the world. Do I like the Muppets? I used to, yeah. How good was the Muppets song? Do you remember that? It's time to raise the curtains. It's time to light the lights. It's time to raise the curtains on the Muppet Show tonight. I used to watch a lot of the Muppets. Some people say that I built my whole personality around them. Spot on. Spot on, Tribal Chief. I think you're better now than you were there. Mark Keane here. Mark Keane literally looks like the kind of guy that would do the advert to come to Ireland on holiday. Debbie Harry, she is a good-looking lady. One of my first crushes would be Debbie Harry. Debbie Harry and Kate Bush. You know Kate Bush in Wuthering Heights? That was like one of my first crushes that in my life. Can I just say, James Peatling, It would have to be James Peatling or Perryman signing of the year. Oh, bit of chaos there in the ball at the minute. Sydney managed to get it up to the wing. And I don't know how Mark Keane's got away with that. Rowbottom dances through traffic, gets it going forward. There's a foot race. Adelaide managed to smother this, but I'll tell you what, Corey Warner has absolutely worked magic there. Couldn't make something happen, though. Stevie Nicks would be up there as well. Babushka, yeah. Really? You got banned for calling someone a muppet? That's outrage. Terry Hatcher, that is a great shout. Honestly, I really don't like the fact that we are actually all just acknowledging the fact that Caleb Mitchell claims he's 20 years old. Haywood switches it inbound. Heard the footsteps. An absolute monster tackle. Well done. Can I just say, Adelaide, when they tackle, they tackle. 3-day ban. Hey, Bevton, it's calming, but I do this every week, so I always get a break, mate. There we are. Oh, Blakey, absolutely run down there by the Keys dog. Tell you what, Sydney are in all sorts at the minute. Can I just say, Lewis Melican honestly looks like... Oh, what a dangerous kick! And that is, tell you what, the free might be there, but you should punish the bad kick. Matt Roberts switches up. Anyway, what I was saying, Lewis Melican honestly looks like what happens if you just press the head, hair, and face right once on Create a Character on Sims. Kai, he does look like at karaoke he sings True by Spandau Ballet. Know this much is true. Drilled inside 50 again. Sydney get their hands to the ball. Peter Laddams here. Flicked out the back to Tom McCartin. And a great intercept grab there by Peatling. Peatling hides the George Gregan. Hits it straight into the man on the mark. Adelaide just can't get any clean entry at the minute. Peatling drills it in. Players everywhere. Ben Keys flipped up by Jordan Dawson. Fogarty's in all sorts of strife. We have got a game on our hands. The origin of the name Spandau Ballet, I'm not familiar with it. Great band, though. I'd need to change my pants if we sign Josh Rochelle. If you remember the draft from that year, probably my favourite player. Will Haywood, you cuddle me. What, like a cuddle me elbow? Oh, what a grab by Mark Keane. He looks to switch it. My first present, like when I was 13, was my uncle's LP. So, like, honestly, 80s is my jam. What a kick. Darcy Fogarty. One of the best set shots in the game, this guy here. Looks like he could lay the best deck. I reckon this guy could really level a deck. Double Dummy, share me. What's the name of Spandau Ballet? And he nails it through. 28. Good start by the Crows. He's got such a good kick, hasn't he? Pom just Googling. No way. Legit. That's absolutely meloned my mind, double dummy. He's no Sandy Brock. That's absolutely... Jesus. Riley O'Brien in the battle now. Chad Warner absolutely taken. That's ball. Play it back, Lumps. And here we are, Riley O'Brien. How come we don't have the protected area anymore inside when we take a mark? 10cc. I thought Ed Allen was very impressive last night. Very impressive. He's had quite a good things. He's had a quite impressive last couple of weeks. Looks real strong, doesn't he? I agree with you. Sydney usher it forward only as far as Adelaide's marauding. And that is an absolute roost from Brodie Smith. A rare as rocking horse poo goal. 26-8. Teresa's got all the stock though in Ed Allen. You can't... You know what? Great. Can I just compliment Collingwood's fantastic development of Ed Allen as well? Just letting him learn his craft in the VFL, and now he's come to the bigs. Brilliant. G'day, Mike. How are you, mate? I think he might have worn himself out by playing against Carlton on his own, double dummy. Because since that Carlton game where Heaney did what he wanted, he's been absolutely dog bab. So he might just be knackered. Can we say it now? I asked the question in the review, Lewis. To be fair, Teresa, every time he touched the ball, so what was that, 23 fucking times? She said she loved him. Sydney, drive it into theirs. Bit of work to do. Can I just say, Josh Worrell, incredibly underrated. Double Dummy is a Hawthorn fan. Talk to me what you think's going wrong. I'd love to hear your feedback, mate. Here we are, James Peatling. What a human being James Peatling is. Flicks it down the wing, can't be taken. I don't mind a bit of Brodie Smith. Hey, King Kriller, you definitely do, mate. Les with the 5 gifted. If Les has given you a membership, Lucinda, Eduardo, GBC, Jonathan and Eric Tadato. Make sure you say thank you. What a legend, Les. Will Hayes, he might come in. How's Charlie West going? Double Dummy, I was talking about playing Josh Battle on the high halfback flank. What do you think of that? Because I think your midfield is getting absolutely decimated. I know Ginnivan's had a lot of touches inside 50, but I'm not a big fan. Darcy Fogarty there has just tackled a Sydney player who was about as near the ball as me. I think Husway adds a point of difference in their midfield. I also think the Lord and Saviour Cam McKenzie needs to play. Dane Rampy, he's like the opposite. He's another Caleb Mitchell. He's looked about 35 since he debuted. Might be a Sydney thing. You might just employ players who look like they're 40 at 18. Heaney, handball straight into the head of everyone's favourite player, Jordan Butts. Sorry, that was Isaac Cummins. Here we are. Drills it inside 50. Max Michelani, Fogarty on 3. Nearly won it. Here is the comedically named Isaac Cumming. What is going on with Double W? People in the chat will confirm. I said I'd like to see Josh coming. Josh Weddle on the ball. You know, with what's going on with James Sicily as well, Double Dummy. Hey, buy some, mate. I've already got a lot of Jacob Newton stock there, but I will let you have 50% with me. He can be our boy. G'day, Chris. How are you? Do you think, Double Dummy, do you think it's because he started this season playing in the forward line and then you randomly shifted him back that he's just got real confusion of his role? Because it feels like you move him every 5 seconds. Rochelle can't quite get to it. Fogarty does incredibly well to make it look like he wasn't holding that ball in. I don't think Carlton will trade both. If they do, it'll be one or the other. Brody Grundy to Caleb Mitchell. Caleb Mitchell straight out of bounds on the full. My theory is I think he's been shifted too much, Luke. You know when... Do you remember when we went through that stage with Lewis Young where we moved him forward, back, and in-game he was going all right in one position, then we'd move him and he looked like he was absolutely Banterville? I think that's happening with every player. Who's got a funnier name, Cumming or Buck? Definitely Cumming. Cumming is hilarious. Butts, I think, stops being funny around like 21. But Cumming still makes me chirp now at 40. They're struggling Tiger Time. This is what Adelaide do really well with their forward half. Jordan Dawson with one of the more weirder kicks. It just didn't come in. Oh, Fogarty's giving away a free. And there'll be no behind. Izak Rankine. You know what? There used to be a player when I was a kid. I think he used to play for Gillingham. Izak Rankine. Jack Bowes is incredibly underrated. Incredibly underrated. But not on this show, because we talked about that Geelong deal, which we said was one of the bigger rip-offs in the world, that they got an easy top 22 player and a top 10 pick for not much. Tom McCartin here, back pocket, Sydney and all sorts here. And another dangerous kick, nearly took out again by Neil Bullen. And James Rowbottom goes back into the corridor, dangerous kick, picked off. And that's got to be, that is a harsh 50. That is a harsh 50. Will Mulwera took off. That's stiff. But this should extend the lead. Yeah, I agree with you, Luke. But I agree with Double Dummy. I think there's too many defenders. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Josh Battle play high up the ground. Ugly little kick from Mulwera, but it goes through. Adelaide 32, Sydney 8. I think they're desperately needing toes, Les. Desperately needing toes. And I think Horse just milked the shit out of them. You know what they remind me of, Sydney? They look like Man United when we won the league and Fergie retired. I think people are just overestimating how good Horse did with that list. And I think you're starting to see... I mean, they're playing Tom McCartin down back, man. Like, you look at their pillars either end. It's a bottom 4 key position situation, isn't it, at the minute? With all due respect. Lewis, I don't believe we can talk about it, mate. But I think it's going to be a finger injury that's probably going to see him spend a lot of time out of the game. Maybe forever. You know what I think, Tribal Chief? What we praised them for, you know what I think a big thing with Hawthorn is as well, Tribal Chief? I'd love your opinion. I said this in the preview this year. That I think the surprise element is gone as well. So when you watch Hawthorn, you know what it's not a surprise anymore. You know, every year you have a team that jumps, and then the next year, like Adelaide were that last year, you knew they were going to come forward in numbers. So stoppage here. You know what's really impressed me about Adelaide this year, though? Just that addition for how they can control the game a little bit better. Spot on, Nathan. And ironically, Carlton strayed away from 2023. There we are, Tom McCartan again. Sydney now, just trying to be a little bit more patient. Here we are. Mr. Lloyd goes down to the pocket, and Adelaide already have started to keep Sydney locked away in their back half of the ground. Matt Keane with a spoil. Could have maybe marked that. We talked about that last night, Double Dummy. I've got a theory. I reckon they found out Geelong have done it, but then they found out everyone else has been doing it. And now they've got that. Now, have you seen the AFL have announced subtly that they've increased how much players can earn via sponsorship? That you can allocate your top 8 players to earn more outside of the cap. I reckon the AFL have admitted that they've fucked it up, and now everyone's doing it, and they can't punish everyone. Jordan Dawson, great body strength! And that's a behind. Tribal Chief, I was saying I'd like to see Josh Battle play up high halfback, you know, like he did for St Kilda. Because I feel like they lack that kind of penetration coming out the back half of the ground. Oh, Mark. Is there a better double-handed spoiler in the game than Mark Keane? Braden Campbell does well to keep it in. Doesn't go very far, though. Milwera drills it straight down the guts. Oh, that's clever. Is the time? There isn't enough time. We have quarter time. 33-8. And what a scintillating start by the Crows. They have been dominant, and Sydney have just lived in the back half of their ground. Which coach is getting sacked first? Well, I'll disregard Hinkley because I think you'll get a Kenny handover first. You'll get a Kenny handover first. So if we disregard him, yeah, I agree. So we'll disregard that. You know what? If you look at it, though, you look at the bottom. Who have we got at the bottom? We've got Eagles. They won't sack McQualter because they expect it. They will sack Clarkson on like a 100-year deal. Richmond, Uze has done very well. Port, there's already a handover process. There's no way St Kilda will sack Ross. There's no way that Sydney will sack Cox 8 months into it. You'd probably say Vossi, wouldn't you? By process of elimination. I agree with Shiny Blue. I just don't think they'll sack Clarkson. Hey, how good, Naladan? How much of Patrick Dangerfield working at AFLP? I think it probably does. Probably does. It must have influence, doesn't it? Because the AFLPA are incredibly powerful. I mean, to be fair, right, look, I know we can mock Geelong, but I genuinely think what Geelong are doing, every other club is doing as well. Like, I think if you actually look into it, like, you know, Carlton have got the Hyundai deal, right? Carlton have got the Hyundai deal. Collingwood have the Holden deal. You're telling me that them players don't get to do 2 Instagram posts and get a free car. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Nathan, I'm with you. I think Clarkson's safe because they have gone so hard on it that if they said, see you later, it's stupid, isn't it? Yeah, Darcy Moore's taken over now, Shane. Hey, Badger from Oz, I'm good, mate. How are you? I agree, Shane. It already is a failure, but you know what AFL clubs are like. They're really reluctant. Like, you know what? Like, the conversation with Carlton I find is fascinating because everyone's talking about the next 7 games and going, the next 4 games, Carlton could be 7-7. I'm like, they've been rebuilding for 10 years, though, and that we're still talking about if they win 4 games in a row, they'll break even. When is someone going to say this rebuild is a cataclysmic failure that Hawthorn finished nearly top 4 last year? They were rebuilding. Richmond already are running sides that are in the top 8 close after 6 weeks. You look at the rebuild that Adelaide have undertaken. You look at the rebuild that Hawthorn have undertaken. You look at how bold Richmond have been. You look at the resets that Fremantle have had. You've already got to start talking about the rebuild is fucked, man. And it feels like my big thing, Shane, with the AFL clubs is they look for the distraction. So, like, Carlton brought in Cook, and it's like he's going to finish off the rebuild. Now they're talking about Graham Wright. He's going to flip the narrative. That's what annoys me. Like, how can you not just say, look, it's completely cooked, man, and we're just fixing it on the fly? Oh, look, Lewis, right? You know when people say, to me, the stupidest thing you ever hear in football, and it's isolated to football, is you can't keep sacking coaches. Yeah, you can, but you've also got to look at the people who nominate the coaches. So, in Carlton's case, Bolton was unanimous, yeah? Teague, big one with David Teague, right, is Chris Judd came out of a coaching selection panel, yeah, and said, we've all agreed you can't have a coach with training wheels. It's not David Teague. Then they got David Teague in. Then they got Voss in when it was very openly said that the board was split on him. So you've got to look at them as well. So the board's got to take responsibility. Voss has got to take responsibility. The top 6 players have to take responsibility because they've managed to sack every coach as well. It's fascinating. You know what, Teresa? I'm totally with you. You know what, Teresa? I'm totally with you. And I feel like that's a deflection for what's going on field. But I genuinely think the stupidest thing you'll ever see about teams is when people say you can't sack a coach. Stupidest thing in the world. You can. You can just admit that you've made the wrong choice. And the people that are picking the players and the coaches are the wrong. I think North, though, I don't know what you guys think. I think North are incredibly cooked anyway. But I would genuinely say that the biggest problem with North is I'm not 100% convinced Clarkson is intelligent enough to adapt to the modern game. I think he's a little bit like Jose Mourinho, that he's got tunnel vision of the way he coaches is right. And I don't think the original Clarkson system can be effective in the modern day game. Great intercept there by Adelaide. They drive it in. And again, Adelaide, no score. Riley O'Brien taps it down. Rankine outjumps everyone, but Grundy wraps him up. Good start. I'm good, Damo. How are you? Looking forward to chilling with you on Monday night, mate. Great win for your Frio today. Absolutely splendid. Oh, Saligo off a step if you don't mind. What a goal out the back of the stoppage. Tell you what, Jake Saligo just genuinely underrated. I genuinely think, Tribal Chief, that they're doing it to try and create momentum. You see, Les, I think that's a great point you made. That is incredible by you, mate. I agree. I think they got blindsided by the exciting appointment. By the exciting appointment, and I think that's like a proper quick fix, and I don't think it's clever. I don't think it's very well thought through. I genuinely think it's lazy appointment. Driven in by Sydney, and Josh Worrell, as he often does, takes a huge grab. Stephen Silvani with the car he handpicked. I'd say yes and no. I'd say that you've also got to think from 2020, after he left, Carlton could have done things to get out of the problem. Like, I think it's easy to pin it on one person, but genuinely, I think you look from top to bottom, look at Carlton and compare them to any other club. Everything they do is wrong. Everything they do is wrong. Like, you've got, like even the fan base is cooked. Fans will throw the bottom 6 players under the bus, but not the top 6 players. Hey, Saligo's a very good player, Brian. Oh, shiny blue. I bet they're nice. Are they nice? I've started using Audi a bit. He did, Shane. He did. I agree, Tribal Chief. I feel like, have you noticed as well, every game they've had for the last 6 weeks, they've tried to create like a rivalry with it as well? Like, that always concerns me that they're not motivated by themselves. It feels like they've got to be a victim. Tex Walker. Air shots a mark. Great tackle by Keys. Neil Bullen's onto it. And we have a stoppage in the forward half. Ooh. A Wagyu burger's worth it then. Shiny Blue says very good. Are they worth it? I'll be doing a bit of shopping at the old Aldi. Tell you what, the umpire has been very involved in this game already, hasn't he? Matt, quality. Hey, then Frio, Badger and Damo and everyone will be well happy with that. That was a great result from you guys. I'm glad you beaten Gold Coast because I feel like they were getting way too much glaze. I feel like Gold Coast are a little bit like Hawthorn last year. Their game style is shocking everyone. Nathan, Distraction FC though, mate. Hey, Teresa, just hang with us, mate. Riley O'Brien taps it down. Tell you what, I feel like we haven't come out of the back half of the name. Back half of this ground for about 6 hours. When was the last time Sydney entered inside 50? It was about 2 minutes into the first. Here we are. Ooh, Braden Campbell heard the footsteps, did not want any of it. What are you getting, Teresa? Hey, Danny, how you doing, mate? Luke, I couldn't agree more. I still feel like, like I say, I feel like they're a bit like the Hawks. They're going to destroy teams, but I think in finals, when they inevitably play it, I think you'll see where they are. Mitch Hinge with the intercept mark. Habanero chicken. Oh, that sounds good. Phil Thorpe. What a grab. 16 minutes to go in the second, and Thilthorpe takes a big one. I love a bit of spice. Crows have suffocated them, Tiger Time. What an absolute grab by the beard. Look at their mitts as well. That's crazy, that Tiger Time, isn't it? Hey, Les, it's going downhill fast, as they say. Here we are, Thilthorpe. Nails it through. Turns to the faithful. 45-8. Look at that kid there drinking Coke. Badly. I think he's the most awkward matchup in the league. You know who I don't think's getting any love, Shane? I'd love your opinion on this, because obviously a Geelong fan, you've had two of the best of the last 10 years in Hawkins and Jeremy Cameron. Do you not think Darcy Fogarty is incredibly underrated? I thought you were incredible, Freeman, I've got to say. Hey, Kate. Good to watch, mate. Good team to watch, the Crows. Tribal Chief, do you not think it's like Man United, though, at the end of the Fergie tenure, that he was just a genius and actually the team is shit? Yeah, but honestly, Shane, call me crazy. I think he's the guy, he's the best of the bunch. Do you know what I mean? Like, the best of the bunch. I'd love it, Darcy Fogarty. Oh, come in, drips one in. I'm pretty sure Tex was tripped there. Look at the state of the people in the crowd. You know what? You know, one of my guilty pleasures is watching the people at the front of the crowd at a home game when they're getting dicked. It's quality. Zinger burger. Ooh. Is it actually spicy, though, the habanero? Oh, cheers, Badger from Oz. I really appreciate you, mate. A weird handball to Jake Lloyd, who genuinely does not like contact. Peeling from the impossible angle. Has that gone through? That might be the worst best goal I've ever seen. Ah, Teresa, I love that. Cheers, Badger from Oz. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. If it is a goal, Phil Fops nicked it on the line, but yeah, I'm a big fan. Nella Dan, he might have cost one of the best goals we've ever seen. Shane, I want to sit with you and Catman, mate. I genuinely want to sit with you and Catman. I reckon it would be a great time. Yeah, I don't know if you were on the stream when I was getting confused. I would admit this to you, Shane, because I think you'll get a giggle out of it. I actually thought Catman lived his life as a cat. Hey, happy 3D model. I couldn't agree more. No, Shane, genuinely, I thought, like, you know, like he was like one of them, like, you know, cosplay type people, like furry type people. Genuinely did, and it was the chat who educated me that it was just a football thing. So I was kind of disappointed, because I just thought he lived his life as a cat. It is a goal anyway. Thilthorpe will steal it. Great work by Peeling, though. Oh, Shane, I'm sure he is, but genuinely I thought like it was like his entire his entire life. Yeah, I agree, Tribal, because I remember when Fergie left, and I remember saying on a Man United forum, we could be bottom 4 with this side. And everyone was like, nah. And literally, we should have been bottom 4, let's be honest. Batman identifies as Catman. Hey, how good's that from the Thilthorpe? Look at that. That was a cracker, that, mate. Tell you what, when Adelaide go into bully mode, it's good. You know what though? I genuinely rate dressing up as a cat. I genuinely think someone should dress up as a Smurf for counting games. I am all for it. I am happy to sponsor whoever wants to live like that. Swan Man. Wasn't the Crow Man on The Simpsons? Or have I just made that up? Could have done. Hey Shane, I'm keen to check out a Geelong game with you, mate. I reckon it'd be cool. Smurfette. I reckon they'll keep Ruben this year. You know what? United fans were really against Antonio Conte, and I don't get why. Hey, Tiger Time, I think we should do it. I think we should start more animals at the football. Genuinely. Because what could Carlton be? What's blue? Peacock? Give me blue animals, chat. Do you think Phil thought, I think he's having a grouse year, mate? Fucking just dress him as a dog randomly, go to the game. Get a home ticket. You know, Catman, though, he goes home and away, doesn't he? So, like, he's got to have a decent paying job as well. So, like, he could be, like, a fucking lawyer or something. We just don't know. And, like, he is, like, changing lives by day, living like a cat Friday night. Blue Healer, hey! Well done, Blue Bottle Jellyfish, Dory. Oh, yeah, just keep swimming. So far, all the blue animals are pants. Blue Jay, Blue Whale. Yeah, good call. These are all hard to go to a game. A Smurf is... You know what? I used to date a girl, no word of a lie, that I convinced the Smurfs were real. No word of a lie. He owns a pet barn. Is he? How old is he, roughly? Don't out him. Blue ringed octopus? You know what? I think that's worth a look. Because Carlton's a different one. Because if you look... Because if we're trying to get everyone to dress up as an animal, Carlton would take the piss if we just went as a Smurf. You know what, though? I don't really see much has changed from Swans. Was she blonde? She wasn't. Helena, I really rate it, man. Like, I genuinely rate that. But you've got to remember, like, my culture, like, condones having a beer belly and getting the club crest tattooed on your stomach and being topless in -5 degrees. So, I'm all for it. Oh, big mark on the line there by Milwera. In his 40s now. So he must have done really well in his work life. So, like I told you, you can tell. Some of the most fanatical English guys I've met who are completely crazy at the game, like, they do incredible jobs and they're totally the opposite in real life. Great inside-out handball. Here is Tex. Off a step, drills it in. No one in the forward line there. And Caleb Mitchell, who still claims he's 20 years old, is there. Tiger King. Quality Tiger time. Well, you see, if you did that, then we could have a Smurf. Blue poison dart frog. Jesus, we've really got a low catchment of blue fish. What a horrible kick. What a horrible kick. Jordan Dawson takes the intercept grab. And Sydney, that's the first time they've gone forward. Naif, couldn't agree more, mate. Makes you proud to be British. You know what is weird, Teresa? If you look in the crowd, Sydney cheer squad have got like 3 dudes who dress as lizards. Dress as lizards, you know, for Nick Blakey. Absolutely bizarre. What is Peatling doing there? Free kick back to Sydney. 10 minutes to go. 8:51. Sydney in all sorts. Is that a Richmond? Langy. Richmond fan in the crowd. I could be a Glen Elg fan. Marching in. Inside 50. James Jordan behind. Good behind, Kai. I suppose though, like, in the UK, nicknames are genuinely harsh, but they're generally done with love. Hey, look, we're not far off the 69. Spot on, Shane. We know everyone wins if you're the first to 69. I might be a Glen Elg one though, mightn't it, Langy? Because obviously, I know that Adelaide fans, you see quite a lot of Sandful paraphernalia in there. Eleanor, that is brilliant. Jennifer too, mate. Good Friday night. Definitely not 15. Brodie Smith bully into the corridor. Tex with a big lead. There is overlap run everywhere. Trouble here. What? Honestly, McCartin has tried to get that ground ball like it's a grenade. Caleb Mitchell in all sorts. Dan Curtin. We've got a boundary throw. Sydney fans are getting restless, probably. What do the Fremantle fans call him? Sam, Philp, McCready, Gartlett, Park, Silvani, Ben. Yeah, great players then. Tom Bug, though, pretty good on an Excel spreadsheet, I've heard. Here we are, Riley O'Brien taps it down. That was lazy from Rochelle. Good football, though. Dan Curtin drips it in. Oh, Ben Keys. There is pressure everywhere. Riley O'Brien spoons one. Jesus, what was that attempt from Philthorpe then? Swaggy onions. Marking, someone switched marking off. You know, Brodie Smith gets a lot of stick, but is there anyone better in clear traffic at hitting up a target than Brodie Smith? Oh, Darcy can't take that grab. Peter Adams, I say it all the time, he looks like he can change a tyre quicker than anyone else. Bet he can get your spare on the back left quicker than you can blink. Boundary throw. Ben Keys, probably one of the worst attempts at a handball I've ever seen. Neil Bullen dreams it in. Caleb Mitchell goes down the line. Sydney are hemmed in. And, oh, Worrell should get the free there. He does. He probably is, Shane. I just think in open traffic out the back, he hits a target. Do you remember that game, Les, he played on Buddy? Tell you what a story, Alex Silvani. You know what? Really nice guy, Alex Silvani, as well. Got a lot of time for people. Rate it. James Jordan wrapped up. Is that holding the ball? It is. Great tackle there from Max Michelani. And the hurt keeps coming for Sydney. Tex can't grab it. Here we are. James Peatling tries to open up side 50. It's a bad kick. Max Michelani dances out of traffic. Great handball. Brodie Smith. That is why he's a backman. Caleb Mitchell under all sorts. Tom McCartin straight into Rochelle. Rochelle falls over, flips it in. Tex. Oh, this is calamity football. That should be high. It is. And Luke Pedler might have peddled the umpire there. No, Lewis, no. He's working as a personal trainer. Shane, I just think Horse regimented them to get the best out of them. Here we are, Pedler straight in front. Bangs the goal, and Sydney are in what my nana would say, a wee spot of bother. A wee spot of bother. Tell you what, the drinks girl for Sydney looks like a young Cher. They do say happy wife, happy life. I can agree. Horse. I think he might keep his options open. I think he'll come to a club. I've got a feeling it won't be a brand name for Tassie. I've just generally got a feeling. I've been saying it for a while. Like a big brand name. Sam Berry straight out the middle. Drills it into the goal square. Darcy just can't reach it. Could be huge, Jane, for them in the race for the top 8 as well. However, no one wants that 8th spot, do they, Shane? Have you noticed? How many air shots are we allowing here, umps? Chad Warner scrambling. Ben Keys. Lloyd booms it on the boot. And Adelaide just have this press set up. I mean, Max Michelani's almost playing at centre-half forward in this defensive press. Neil Bullen. Oh, Lloyd just gets it out in time. And Lloyd's just going to boom it on the boot. He does. Flips it up to the wing. Spoiled. Oh, Kai, I just think he was very rigid. Very defensive rigid. Like, do I think he'd be better? No. But I think he left at the right time, which is why I say he's like Fergie. Because Fergie literally left at the right time. I could tell when Fergie left, he knew that that side was shit. Oh, I don't think Liam McMahon becomes a bona fide star. I think he'd be a solid AFL player, though, at worst. But it's going to be very hard for a VFL player at his age to set the world alight. But he'll be solid. He'll be better than Caminiti. But he's going to be nowhere near 50 goals a year. which is what you've got to judge a key forward on, haven't you? But fair play to him. He deserves his opportunity. He worked hard. I hope he goes well. Yeah, I agree with you, Bray. But, I mean, I think he played the game. And what a goal. Sam Berry's been threatening it all game. Big goal from the Bez dog. Strawberry shortcake. I love that. I think it comes at a good time for Fremantle, the bye, though, because you've been a little bit inconsistent, haven't you? So they can get to rest on the win. They've got North Melbourne the week after. So that's a real strong comeback. Yeah, but Jesse Motlop and Liam McMahon are two different players. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're comparing a small forward who's playing on the ball with a key forward. And if you'd have Liam McMahon in your best 22 for Michael Voss and you get him to play 4 toes when we're already over putting the ball inside 50, top 3 for inside 50s, bottom for efficiency, I'd be scared to think what game plan Voss would do with an extra key forward. And I'm genuinely scared watching Carlton now with just 2 and a bit. Great kick inside there. Josh Richelli is lining up. And here we are. We might have the famous 69. Yeah, but Lewis, where would you play Liam McMahon? Like, so you take Jesse out, who's been playing, what, 60% midfield? You're playing Liam McMahon on the ball? Come on. Think about it. Do you know what I mean? Carlton fans are the most laughed at on social media. Let's not make it easy for them. Like, I know we like to win something, but let's not win stupidest fans. Richelli bangs it in. 69 is up. Raise the bar, Adelaide. No team wins when they get 69 first. Fantastic effort. It's a great post buy for you, Fremantle. Look at that. And 60 points is the margin. You know what? Swans are in a little bit of trouble, Tiger Time. I wouldn't be surprised. I thought you did incredibly well today. Felt like it was just maturity that let you down. You know, I think you should have been bigger lead by third quarter time. I did a video on it, Danny. A whole video. But genuinely happy. It's a targeted acquisition, isn't it? We need some kind of link at half forward. Whether he's used as that, who knows? Might play ruck next week. Josh Worrell flipped it out to the wing. And here's Danny Curtin, a guy who works very hard as that conduit for Adelaide. Nice little kick into the midfield. Doesn't have the aura though, does it, Nathan? They've got a chance. I mean, they've really committed to that new game plan that Longmire and that Goodwin's been talking about. And they are playing pretty good football. And what a goal by Izak Rankine. Off a step. 75-9 and Sydney are in problem. Big problems in Little China, as they say. An absolute battering. Like, what is going on here? Like, I know Sydney are struggling, but this is a team that is disconnected, isn't it? Really bad. Like, they just look lost. Like, how much time have they spent in the back half of the ground? I don't... What? We saw the reflexes, spine. Here we are, Rankine, Peatling. Was he taken high? Rankine asked the question. And it's holding the ball. That's a bit of a charity free. Kai, where are you with Sydney? Ball comes in. Heaney handballs it off. Adams. Mr. Sheldrick behind. Is that their first score or the second? Thirteenth worst margin. What's the worst margin, Shane? Lanny, you know that there'll be... You know what? If we get a Gold Coast fan, fuck me. You know what, though? You know... Look, I'm not one for conspiracy theories, Luke, but someone told me who's a Sydney fan that Chad had fallen out with Horse and he loved Cox, which is hilarious that I've just said that as a phrase. That he loved Dean Cox, and that was part of it. Surely that wouldn't have been the case, would it? $171. Fuck, mate. I suppose Sydney were bad at one point in time, weren't they? Do you feel like you're in like a rock and a hard place that... Like, obviously you're going to get some pretty good players in the draft this year. Is it like a mini rebuild? Damien, mate. And that's 50. Is that Sydney play? Oh, no, they're going for a beer, aren't they? You don't leave at half time. Intercept marked by Brodie Grundy. Caleb Mitchell taking an age with this disposal. They're just trying to get to half time. They must have been inside 50 this quarter, what, 3 times? Look, honestly, I can't take that as factual, but my mate is a big Sydney boy, and that's what he told me last year, because that's why I was all on Chad Warner leaving. That's why I was so heavy on it, because he was convinced he was going, because he said that they had a fallout. And there we are. There goes the half. 75. 10. Do not adjust your sets. Look at that guy there with the iPad. He does not want to talk to Dean Cox. I'm pretty sure he had to take the coffee order then. Can you imagine asking him what you want for a coffee? Just guess, mate. Hey, because when you're that pissed off, you're never going to cheer someone up. Yeah, Luke, he told me they had a fallout because I don't know if you remember, I did a video just after the granny saying that I thought Sydney's attitude was weird. And then he DM'd me and like told me all this. So I don't know if it's legit or not. But it does seem like it's coming true. Do you know what I mean? Well, I mean, this is one of them ones where if he asks you what you want for a coffee, you just say 2 pints, don't you? Right, we'll go for a mini break. We'll be back about 9:05 like last night because I need a wee too. I am busting. But thank you very much for hanging with me. I'm having a lot of fun. Hey, have a vodka in your orange. Have a vodka in the orange. What do you think? Right, chat. We'll be back. Time to say goodbye. How are we all? Hey, it's a tough watch for you, Kai, mate. Sending my love to you, man. If you're free one day this season, one Sunday, we'll have to do, you have to come on the Sunday show with me. If you keen. Ugh. Hopefully we have a good second half. How far's Papley out for? Can't be too long now, is it? Just click the pause button on KO and then it's just absolutely shit itself. Oh, thank you, Damo. Hey, you know, I support my brethren. It was more a pot shot at our mate, Mr. Lackdog, because Lackdog told me to put all my money into TDK. Absolutely shafted me. Could you do a Monday, Kai? Because sometimes there'll be a Monday because we've got late Sunday fixtures. Shiny Blue, I'm also checking out Ghost of Johnny Cash tonight when I have my evening bath. So I'm looking forward to that. How is Jesse Detolli going in the VFL? Going all right? Not much use to me alive, are you, Kai? I like pig bats and I can't out there. You know what? Double W, it's funny you say that. One of my mates, what did he send me? My mate sent me a meme today that was, you know, REM's Losing My Religion, and said, if you imagine it's Donald Trump, you'll never unhear it. And it is absolutely scary. Absolutely scary that it does sound like Donald Trump. Some legends there, isn't there? It genuinely does sound like Donald Trump once it's in your head. Is he still the president of France, Macron? Because that's Bridgie, isn't it? Obscure reunion, isn't it? 20 years. More about the Crows, though, isn't it, 3D? Yeah, I'm not a fan of Macron, but then again, like, I'm not really a fan of the French being English. Do you know what I mean? Why have I got a naked guy running on my telly? Hey, the pies were very good, mate. Very good, your pies were, Rupert. Now I've got a condom advert. What is going on? Yeah, French aren't very popular as English. Do you know what I mean? Now, Laggy, did you see that ad? You must have had that ad. Some of the ads on KO are weird. I use that for my dodgy English streams. Shiny Blue. It's just KO. They play the ads. I also had a naked guy running through Australia. I am watching the same thing as you guys, aren't I? Is he live for this? Israel's Macca. I do love the cricket, mate. I do. I was going to do some watch-alongs for the Ashes if you guys are keen. Yeah, it was just some dude. It was an SBS ad, and he was just running. He just randomly stripped off and then started running through iconic places in Australia. Yeah, I'm keen. We can just sit here and drink tea all day and watch 5 days. Well, no, I mean, we are in the mecca of cricket. It is the Ashes this year. Yeah, I've got the red cricket ball ad. Now I've got ball being kicked close up in some night tempos. Don't know, we just saw the back half of him. He had a saggy bum, though. Oh, how good are the day-nighters? Yeah, there is. There's a full series, Langy. Well, I have noticed that since Green and Heaney have played Carlton, they've been absolutely babber since. But I mean, I suppose when you don't put anyone on them, it helps. It does help. Look at that. Adelaide going up to 3rd. Sydney 14th. You know what? For a minute, I thought that was 17th. He was actually one of my idols growing up. He was. I love Shane Warne. It's not the greatest. Mitch, how are you, mate? You all right? Good to see you, man. How's uni treating you? Mrs. Pom says, my bum's very nice. Thank you very much. Which is a bit like your mum saying that you're handsome, I suppose, isn't it? We are off for the 3rd quarter. Neil Bullen straight into traffic. That should be holding the ball. And it is Caleb Mitchell, who claims he's 20 years old. I'd still doubt it. He drives it inside 50. Everyone runs under it. And Worrell bongs it on the boot. Bongs? Or bombs? I haven't seen any Shiny Blue. I thought Terry would release them. They need to, don't they, Badger, really? Heaney, out the back! Behind. I'm good, mate. Sorry to hear about your hammy. Was that the one you did in the warm-up? Here we are. Wayne Mawera drives them out of D50. Thilthorpe rises to it. Doesn't take the mark. McCartin, another grubber inside 50. Mark Keane, no look header. And Wayne Mawera pushed out of bounds. I think they both went Shiny Blue, so I'd imagine they'll probably upload it. Usually one of them does. Pongs. Bongs. Bongs on the boot. Chad Warner! Touched. Purple's comments on Charlie and Harry. Haven't seen them. Only another 60 odd to go, mate. 64 and you'll be leading. Here we are. The lizard takes a bounce. Looks like he's running through jelly. But he's got some tars on him. Drives it in 50. Braden makes the contact. Picks the loose ball up. Tight angle. Behind. Hey, mate, nothing like a training ground injury. You know what? I did my ankle ligament when I was 19. And I did it, no word of a lie, for taking 2 steps. Literally jumped 2 steps out of the changing rooms. And did my ligament. Tell you what, they've really struggled to mark it cleanly today. Oh, I did see people have been commenting on it, Christian. I do. Well, I mean, I think logically that's where value is, isn't it? Both of them. Gone very scrappy. I agree with you, Tiger Time. Very languid. Quality work that by you, Teresa. How good isn't it? I bet you stayed out though, didn't you? Free kick, O'Brien. There we are. Josh Worrell. Big booming left foot. Up to left wing. Adelaide just swarmed the ball. Dinked forward. Throw in. Cheers, lads. Thank you very much. I'll let you know. I've got to know what I'm doing with the kidlets tomorrow. But thank you for hanging around, mate. Enjoy work, mate. Be interesting, Nathan. I mean, I think Carlton are lucky because they kept them around the million. So I think people will take them on. I just think you'll see less of a trade return. They definitely need him. I mean, they have got King coming through. And here's Hayward! Was that touched off the boot? It looks like it's a goal. A guy who looks like he's a really good letting agent is the goal umpire. He gives it straight away. Big goal. How do you... I'll tell you what, it's one hell of a goal. Ankles, what a nickname. How do we go on opposition watch, Langy? Do you see anyone? Chad Warner's definitely the type of midfield we need, Christian. I mean, the problem for Carlton, I said it yesterday, I don't think the rebuild is as bad as people think because you've got Cody and Jagger. So 2026, you've got the 2 midfielders you desperately need. It's what's the rest of the list going to look like when they come. Rochelle into the midfield, dinks it forward. Coming, tackles Rankine, gets it back off Rankine. Coming, flips it up to half forward. And I think that'll be a free kick. Oh, it's not. It's boundary. 5 first for Nick. You'd be tempted. Ooh, freshly baked bread. How good's butter on baked bread? Teresa, if I was list manager, I'd think about that for Bobby Hill. Hey Sandra, how are you, my love? How's the health? How's the rehab? Oh, Tazza, how good would Josh Rochelle be? Behind. Rochelle was my favourite of his draft. Shiny Blue, you might want to get that checked out, mate. Tiger Time, talk to me about today as well. He's hungry, I can tell you that, his old Pomcore. He's ready to play. To be fair, though, Scott, it's slammed shut. Do you know what I mean? Like, people forget it's open for a blink of an eye unless you do something. I still can't believe. Langy, Swan, we shouldn't talk about the list, but how was he not in the fucking top 10, bro? Like, honestly. Genuinely, how is Bobby Hill not in the top 10 Indigenous footballers? Like, I can't... Look, I'm not one to say that there's... because I just don't do it. But is that a little bit of Collingwood hatred? It was Alex Does Footy, I think, Teresa. Fremantle. Well, I think it's starting to open. I think it'll really be open after this trade draft window. Tell you what, Sydney just can't get anything clean. That should be out of bounds with no intent, and it is. What's the blue and white? Langy, blue and white there. So we've got Adelaide. Dudes in a parka. Yeah, it's a Glenelg. Do you know that yellow and black? Oh, Grundy nearly grabs it. Adelaide's ground ball game is elite. Sydney starting to turn it on a little bit though now, being a bit more pressure. They do indeed, Christian. I couldn't agree more with you, mate. Oh, that is a great kick by Phil Thorpe. Picks out Rankine. Hey, the Dockers were sexual, J-Dub. Very, very good. Oh, Tom McCartin takes a grab. And James Jordan here. Who's James Jordan been tagging? Kai, are you still here, my friend? Why is he not tagging Dawson? Laddams. Grundy on the ground ball. Wrapped up by... That could be dragging it in. It is. Good watch, the crumb. Here we are, Saligo. He's been taken out about 8 times on Puri. McInerney. Double dummy, who's he tagging? Is he actually meant to be on Dawson? I reckon I've been closer to Dawson than him. Ball comes forward. Izak Rankine! There is a rare GG's. Good goal. Hey, don't worry, Lewis. You'll see him come on in the 4th, mate. He'll run a little bit of ragged. I like what they're doing with Sid Draper. I've got my tea here. Heaney. That was a good finish by Haynes. Is Adams playing like a defensive forward role on Keane? Is it actually a confirmed ACL now, Damo? I like the fact that the bags are sponsored by a sticky tape company. Write that. Phil Thorpe into the ruck. Phil Thorpe, apart from that grab he did earlier, has done sweet FA in the air. Drilled forward here, and Tex takes the mark. Adelaide, a rare excursion forward in this third quarter. It has been all Sydney, but this would be a dagger in the hearts of Sydney. If the dagger's not already there, I'm pretty sure that was a Brisbane fan there, Langy, in the background. What a random place. Tex nails it through. 82-25. Yeah, I agree, Teresa. It's sad, isn't it? Tiger time, good. You know what I'm always surprised about Double Dummy? That Rankine never cops a tag. And I always think he stands out in that midfield as a point of difference. Great finish from Tex there. Having a bit of Tom Hawkins tail wag towards the end of his season, isn't it? His year, Tex, now that they've got two young, hungry key forwards. £90 points. Bizarre tag, that one. There we are. Taylor Adams flips it out. Drilled forward by Gus Sheldrick. And here we are. Neil Bullen mops it up to Max Michelani. He puts it out. Dangerous kick. Here we are. Hey, Caleb Mitchell. Handball out here. Sligo did so well to get that to Peatling. Peatling in all sorts, though. Here's Warner's brother. Haywood. Good kick. Good mark. Here we are. Hayden McLean. I really rate Saligo, but I don't think he'd be the one that I'd tag, to be fair. We are banged through by Hayden McLean. Paul Roos is playing Candy Crush. I'm a big fan of Cal Ward too. I'm gutted for him. You just don't deserve to go out like that, do you? Been such a good servant for that club, because I'd imagine when they were shit, he must have had contract offers to go elsewhere, don't you think, Jack? Distance in your eyes. I love you, Kai. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, at least you're giving it. I think he played last week, didn't he? Taylor, did he? Yeah, it wasn't a great camera angle, mate. Tex can't take that mark. There's a bit of a chase here. Incredibly well done by Pedler. Gets the throw. 10:48 to go. Ladham's up against Riley O'Brien. They smother it forward. Lloyd clears it. Nearly a mark. Good backup work though by the Sheldrick dog. But Max Michelani manages to clear his lines to Brodie Smith. Tell you what, this is a crazy bounce to the football. And Braden Campbell will have a score shot. Campbell lines up with his trusty left peg. Draws it back through nice and true. 37-82. Why is that woman using a leaf for celery to clap? I think that you're just taking your time, though, aren't you, Happy 3D, with him? Which is kind of what you did with Riley Thilthorpe in and out of his injuries. And there he is, Braden Campbell, happy. Still think Sam Berry needs to bring back his fuzzy lid. Wasn't the greatest of defending, was it, Matt? $9:44 to go in the third. Ladham's up against O'Brien. O'Brien. Neil Bullen knocks it inside 50. Tex has won the free. Play on. And Darcy Fogarty runs into an open goal. And Tom Morris lookalike on the goals line. Signals a goal. Keeps happening, doesn't it, Tiger Time? They're just keeping him at that 9-goal margin. You know what, though? I don't know if you've ever caught it, the True Bloods podcast. The two lads there, they've got a bit of banter between them, but I agree with the Sydney fans. You don't really see many of them. They're very measured, aren't they? Very measured. They're not theatrical. Look at Dean. Dean looks like he wants to headbutt that desk. I couldn't agree more with you, Happy 3D. I think he's an incredible footballer. 88-37 is the score. Back to the centre we go. To tell you what, there was all sorts going there. Taylor. Pedler coming in from nowhere with the second follow-up. And a third tackle. What a man. Milwera with a very good disguised throw there. And Fogarty sees it out. Did he really? Did he really, Nate? That's crazy. Bit of NRL there. Great header by Ladham. Straight to Heaney. We've got a free kick for something. It's a free kick, Crows. Sam Berry. I heard a little bit about the crowd trouble. Bo? Peatling outside 50, drops it in. Oh, can't take the mark. Ramping all sorts of trouble, gets himself out of it, clears it up to the left wing. And a big, big mark by Jordan Butts. Crazy that, Teresa. Riley O'Brien goes into that marking contest one-handed. That's not something you'd be happy about from the coach. Pedler steals it out of his hands. Rankine in all sorts. Dances out of trouble. Gives it off to Neil Bullen. What a goal. And what a bit of magic from Izak Rankine. Absolute brilliant strength and core strength from Izak. Well made goal. Well finished. Well played. Good football. Look at that strength from him. And a great give and go from to Neil Bullen. Great running from Neil Bullen as well. You know what? I've seen a few fights of the football and they're really shit as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're really shit fights as well. Like, they're always two guys that, you know, like, they wouldn't last 5 minutes in a pub in the north of England. So you can tell that they've only ever hit someone drunker than them. Like, if you're going to have a fair go at someone, do it properly. You know what I mean? Sheldrick nails it in middle wearer. I agree with you, Nath. Especially like the football man, where like it's more of a friendly rivalry than like a hatred, isn't it? Don't you think, Nath? But it's always like every time I've seen crowd trouble, it's always pissed people who can't have a proper beer. But it's genuinely, every time I've seen it, like this is a generalisation, but it's just like two pissed idiots that, do you know what I mean, really have just sniffed the barmaid's fucking skirt. Like, never understood people who can't handle their drink without getting violent. Rankine or Bolton? Izak Rankine, in my opinion. You're like Begbie. I was down the volley playing pool with Tommy. How good is that fight scene, J-Dub? Where he just chucks the glass over the thing to start the fight. Nobody move. The wee lassie got plastered. Quality WWE. Ah, Langy, GWS fan at a Sydney Swans game. I agree with you, Luke. Bobby or Rankine. Oh, God, that's tough. My brain says Rankine, my heart says Bobby. And there's a 50! And Jordan Dawson will raise the bat for a ton. Oh, Luke, mate, that's... You know, GWS is like, you know, people eating organic meat. Yet, genuinely, if you're from Sydney, you'd support Swans. It's like eating grass-fed beef only. Genuinely. Legit. Hey, I'm looking forward to it, Damer. Like, genuinely, chat. GWS, it's like being on Herbalife. It's like being on Herbalife. You could go to the gym and you could watch what you eat. Instead, you have to be a knob about it. That's what it is. $137. Jesus, the exaggeration on that umpire's doing the bounce. You see that? Bro, it's like when people keep their head down, you know, through the follow-through, deliberately exaggerate it. Mawara tripped. Oh, Neil Bullen breaks free. Sam Berry. This is football, ladies and gentlemen. There's a foot race on. Ben Keys against Blakey. One runs normally. One's taking the pina colada. Only Saints fan is my cousin. That's just because he was mates with a couple of players. I love that cat. You look, honestly, genuinely, I genuinely think it's a sham. We are Worrell gives it off. Coming. Brilliant. And... Oh! Rampy with a straight right. That's going to be 50. And that's probably a 2-week suspension. Absolutely no need for it. And Rochelle bangs that one through. The fucking cart has fallen apart for the Swans. Tom Morris's lookalike signals the goal. And that was just stupid from Rampy. Teresa, we'd play in back pocket, bro. Ah, dear, that's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks, isn't it? Straight left. We've seen that. Fully condone the dive. You know me. If it's there, play for it. He did get subbed off, yeah. We could do. Oh, Thilthorpe, handball inside. Saligo does so well. I'm good, Carly. How are you? Is he in your super coach, Henry, mate? How's that not high? It is. Saligo has a free. Did Rochelle get punched in the back of the head and the umpire not see that? You know, my favourite bit about footy is when they start fucking about fighting and the umpire just plays on. That's my favourite bit. It's my favourite bit of the football. I'll give him a 5.8 as well. I'll follow you in, mate. So we got the Aussie judge 5.8, Russia 5.5, the Pom 5.8. Kate's technically Kate and Nath, they've got Kiwi connections, so they can be the New Zealand judge. Izakini drills it out. Sydney, after their promising start in the third quarter, been absolutely caught with their pants down. Oh, that's cool. What did you get, Kylie? Lost points to the landing. What a great landing, was it? Flicks it out. And McLean goes backwards for some reason. Sydney just being a bit patient here. Taylor Adams flips it out. McInerney here. Oh, well done, Thilthorpe. Clears his lines. Rochelle, great soccer on forward here. Ben Key straightens up. What a goal. Josh Rochelle, genius. Absolute genius. You saw his football background there taking shape. That was a peach layoff. You would have appreciated that if you were beating the last man. Honestly, like that. Look at this. Bing! What a ball. What a ball that was. How good was that, Neladan? That was an absolute gem. Oh, it's nice car, that. I like that. Hey, Kai, I like that. Is she excited? Peatling plays on from the high. Saligo, he takes it quickly. Sam Berry. Phil Thorpe. Isaac Cumming. Drills it inside to the goal square. Keys can't get it. Dawson can't get it. Out it goes. What do you reckon that is? Is that lollies in that Tupperware thing there? Bet she's excited for a bit of freedom. Keys. I like the way that James Jordan looks about 12 years old. What a bullet mark from Mark Keane. Mark Keane pops it into the pocket. Dawson can't grab it. Danny Curtin in a bit of trouble. Rankine holding the ball. I love that, Carly. Had she started doing what everyone does when they pass the test and been super excited when someone needs something from the shop? Big mark there by Danny Curtin. Hey, Langy, that'd be a nice touch, wouldn't it, if there was just a shitload of Anzac biscuits baked by someone's nan? Oh, Brody Grundy, what's that? His third intercept, D mark. Cole to play on, which was a bit weird. Maybe he was touched off the boot. Milwera tackles Corey. Adelaide just have numbers all the time. Big tackle. Yeah, Teresa, like, I remember when I passed my test at 16, I was so glad when my pop left something at home, like, needed something from the shop. Oh, God. Yeah, they're getting bad, Tribal Chief. What are you looking for? I'm still drinking. Because Grandad made it. So it's like 255 degrees centigrade. You know what I learned to drive in? Because when I learned to drive, there wasn't manual. There wasn't auto and manual tests. I learned to drive in a Mini Cooper. Nessie, she was called. Named all my cars. Nice little car. Then I had a Ford KA. Horse and cart. Not that old, double dummy. Feel it, but I'm not that old. Hash cookies. Aye, that takes me back to uni in Tupperware. Yeah, it rubs off, doesn't it, after a while, Teresa? Mini Cooper, honestly, that was a nightmare. Great for parking, though. Completely cooked you when you got a normal size car. Drives it in. Mark Keane, another fist. And another. He must be going for spoil of the year. And there we are. You know what? That's double dummy. That is kind of genius, really, if you think about it. Like, that guy was living in 2045, wasn't he? There we are. Fourth quarter. About only left a little bit of Biffo. 37-1-1-2. Adelaide dominating. Therese, they are deceptively big, man. Deceptively big. Great for parking though, because you can park anywhere in them. You can literally park anywhere in a Mini Cooper. Like, I think the CC of it is so fucking low as well. You could probably, like, drive it with a pedal license. Yeah, Kylie, I don't think you could go auto in the UK until like 2005, 2006 from memory. It is a nightmare. I've got to say, the Mini Cooper, because it's so small, it was quite easy and it had a real thick gear stick. A Toyota Corona. Did you did you guys have the Ford KAs here? The Ford Ka? Did you find the B and the country roads really weird, Teresa? Where he's the GOAT, isn't he? Happy 3D model. Unfortunately, you never got to see him play, but he is the GOAT. Can't argue with that batting average, can you? The B roads, Teresa. You remember when you went into the UK? The B roads, the C roads, the country roads, the narrow country lanes. Then he used to practice with a stump and a golf ball. Be surprised actually in the UK, a lot of golfers, cricketers are fairly handy at golf. How good is that, Teresa? Yeah, Mini Cooper. My pop bought me that car. I was super, super excited getting that car. That's crazy, that, Matt. That's crazy. You know what? I was about 22, 23. It was before moving here. I got a Rover, and that was automatic. And that blagged my head, man. Driving, it was like driving on the fucking PlayStation. Like, honestly, it was like driving on the PlayStation. Like, how it's really hard to stay engaged driving an automatic, because genuinely all you do is steer the wheel. Like, honestly, it bizarre when you drive a manual for so long. When you get an auto, it flips your mind. But yeah, the first time I got one, my Ford KA had to go in for a service and like it failed the MOT. And I was just like, I'll get a new car. But they gave me a hire car while they were trying to judge how much it would cost to fix. And it was an automatic. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is easy. £250, Kylie, it was. Ah, Teresa, yeah, because they're all them windy roads, real narrow ones. Langy, stupid question. Are trucks automatic now? Stupid question. Because I know like removal trucks are, because I've hired one, but like, you know, like a proper HGV. Can you get them in auto? Like long distance lorries? Uh, be be about $400. Z-Liv, send him my love. Cinnamon donut. Ooh, you can't beat a cinnamon donut. I've got some actually in the cupboard. Really, Langy? That's weird. I'd love to drive a HGV. I'd love to. You know what? I'm glad you said that. We had to go for Duke of Edinburgh Award to the Pennines. And literally, it's just fucking wet grass and hills. Ooh. Z-Liv, I'm gutted for you, mate. Send him my love. You know what? I actually think their slingshot style is good for finals. Sid Draper is on. The prodigal son. Yeah, and sheep. It's just wet grass and sheep, mate. Like, I'm with you. You know what? I was chatting to my mate the other day because we were talking about the Yorkshire Moors, and he described it as just a shitload of grass. Couldn't stop laughing at that because I was like, fair. Kylie, they are weird. Like, honestly, when we moved from our first house, we got one. You know what, Kylie? Why you got it so cheap is my pop, after it being in the services for so many years, he trained to be a chiropodist, you know, foot doctor dude. And an old lady he used to do the feet of, her husband died. And yeah, she just wanted a couple of hundred. So I had no option in it. And the way my pop sold me getting a Mini Cooper was he made me watch the Italian Job. So it was really cool. Yeah, you see, Langy, where I lived in Whitby, when I used to come home from work, it's a windy hill. And I felt that in a car, that it didn't sound like I was in the right gear to go up it. Do you know what I mean? It didn't feel like I was in the right gear. Scotland's a beautiful part of the world. Well, big fourth quarter here. Sydney want to show something for their home fans. Danny Curtin just handballs straight to the feet of Ben Keys. James Robon. M. King. It hasn't been the most entertaining, but been some good goals, bro. Handball out the back. Adelaide just building from the back. Gotta say, big fan of Mitch Hinge's work. Milwera takes a dangerous mark. Flips it up to half foot back to Danny Curtin. The ultimate disrespect, that, isn't it? Taking Thilthorpe off. Yeah, Kylie. Yeah, when Pop made me watch the Italian Job, like, honestly, so it felt really cool. Good sale, that. Good sale, that, to a young man. Unfortunately, it wasn't, didn't have the Union Jack on top of it, though. It was silver. Heartbroken. Oh, Heaney flips it out the back. Tell you what, Sydney have just had a total system breakdown. Oh, lazy. Tell you what, Adelaide do that quite a few times. Lazy kicks, Sid Draper, handballs. Pressure coming. Curtin wraps up row bottom. Surely that's a throw umps. They were very good, weren't they, M King? Tribal data, it depends. I'm not a fan of the ratings, to be honest, Tribal Chief. Not a fan of the ratings. He was all right, was the old man. Gotta say. Knew how to convince you that the car that you didn't want is the right car for you because it saved him an arm and a leg, but can't complain. Can't complain. I turned out all right, I think. Sometimes. Yeah, they've beaten it probably quite comfortably as well, this hoodoo. Milwareham takes everything on. Sydney just haven't held their tackles tonight as well, which is a common theme with the Sydney. Teresa, that's my issue with old data, though. I feel like you can really screw a data. Oh, Mitch Hinge bursts through. Everyone's doing the no-look handball because Pendlebury made it look cool. Neil kicks someone's shin. Dan Spenkeys, left foot. Oh, what a finish from Benjamin. Alex Keys. Good face. Good face. According to Teresa, he could only be the second most beautiful man. When was that, M. King? It's not a great start, Teresa. Makes you wonder. It is, Kylie. Yeah, I remember it. I mean, I'm going to do that with my kids as well. Like, buy the cheapest car and find a movie. No, but you always say that Jai Simpkin is, and I always say it's Ben Keys, so that means that I'll concede, and I'll have Ben Keys second. But I'd imagine you've got Ed Allen too. Izak Rankine dancing through traffic, gets it on his left peg, and an absolute ripping mark by the hinge. Ah, yeah, JB Elliott. I forgot about him. Good little flick there from old Hingy. No, I wasn't here, M. King. Oh, big grab there from Dawson. Reserved celebration from that Crows fan, did you see? Ben Keys, Don Keys. Took a while to register that. It took a while, Kate, to get through the old brain. Hey, Teresa. Yeah, where's Bobby? Where's the Bob Dog? Where's the Bob Dog? He better be in your top 10. Ah, dear. It was even better that I verbalised it as well. Good mark from the Kano. Reserve celebration, you know, when he wasn't like this. Do you see? He was in between two Sydney fans. So he kind of went like this. M. King, nah, it didn't register, bro. What have registered? In my psyche. I love the little bum tap from Rankine. No, I was cricket league and football, mate. So I wouldn't have been really interested. Plus, it's like the other end of the world. So London, the Oval's Surrey, so it's miles away. So like anything that happens in London as a northerner, couldn't give a shit. That's how we are. If they'd gone to Headingley, I would have got around it. Brought in by Mr. Cumming, and it goes out. Miami Vice, Tribal Chief, what a classic. That's quality, that M King. Is it on YouTube, man? I'll check it out. Yeah, in the UK, when they do them novelty things down south, because of the North-South rivalry, it's like they don't care about, you know, like when you guys come over, when we used to come over for the Tri-Nations, because they were all in the north of England, all the Southerners would be like, oh, no one cares. Oh, dancing Josh Worrell flips it out. Josh Worrell hasn't kicked a goal in AFL. I love that, Kylie. Well, congratulations to her. It's always a good thing as the goal goes through. Pedler. Oh, Pom died quietly. Pedler kicks the goal. Final Destination 6, any good? I think we have to call Sydney. Can we call Sydney Fraudney? We need to get another one from Sydney. So we've got frauds. What can we have? Where they're not in a rebuild, but they're just bad. Still a chance. Could go on a 18-goal run. Shitty. What could they be? We've got frauds, pretenders. I feel like we need something more damning for that category. Like a real, like something more damning for like being bad but not in a rebuild. I'm a big fan of the Was, mate. Big fan of Josh Worrell. Coxed. Cockney. French. Hey, what is the French for Sydney? Because usually when it's a noun, it's just the same thing. Sydney in French. It remains Sydney because it's not translating it. You know what? What's the French for swan? Isn't it signet? Signe. Cine. That's quality. Cine. That's brilliant from you, Langy. Samantha Jane, I'm a big fan of, like, you know, shit horror movies. You know, like, you know, them ones that are, like, so bad they're good. You know what Riley O'Brien's really good at? Just getting in the way. Row bottom goes quickly, goes inside, finds Gus Sheldrick. No options. Takes the dangerous kick on again. Cumming can't get it. Dawson's wrapped on. Yeah, Samantha Jane, I love I like a gore fest, and I like just bad quality type horror movies. You know, like 13 Ghosts. Gets panned by its critics, but good. Sinners. See, me and Mrs. Pom are really into our horror. Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan. Well, I've liked all the other Final Destinations because I just find it so ridiculous. It's brilliant. Chad Warner off a step behind. I'm in. I promised the kids tomorrow night. Tomorrow we're going to get some, you know, proper movie popcorn, cook it in a pan with some butter. We're going to watch the Minecraft movie. I'm looking forward to that with the boys. The boys are really excited about it. So I'm hoping it's really bad. You know what? Kids' movies just aren't good anymore. Flies in. Oh, great mark. Great grab by Mark Keane. Peculiar kick. Sam Berry cleans it up. 11 minutes to go. Adelaide build from the back. That is a shocking, tell you what, made to look good. Has he disguised it well enough? He has. Yeah, the kids have all seen that. I've told them that if they throw popcorn around the living room, I'll go skits. Yeah, mine are 9 and 10, Tribal Chief, so I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. Like, my eldest is actually super keen because all of his mates have watched it. Oh, I do like a bit of Conjuring, Teresa. You know, the only things that scare me for someone that's not a big believer, you know, the anything demonic. Anything demonic, like demonic possessions, they do irk me a little bit. See that boyfriend and girlfriend there? Who do you think dragged the other to the footy? Because the boyfriend looks genuinely less interested than the girlfriend in that passage of play. Great switch there by Sydney. Sydney looking to build something up. Yeah, you see, I like them. They do freak me out a little bit. Do you not like clowns? Mrs. Pomm's scared of clowns as well, which I find totally bizarre. They genuinely don't bother me. You know, my big brother once, he did a babysitting job. And he made me watch, you know, the original Exorcist? Absolutely scared the shit out of me. I was about 9. Absolutely babbed myself. Honestly. Are you talking about the old It or the new It? Because I think the old It is more scary than the new It. Because I think, you know, with the graphics, you know, with the CGI and stuff now, I think that's less scary than, you know, when there was a little bit of, like, psychological edge to the fear. Yeah, Mrs. P's the same as you, Teresa. Hereditary, I've heard that. I haven't seen it. Is it worth a watch? Writing these down. I like that, Laggy. And Chad Warner misses behind. Oh, this looks good. Is it scary or is it just a bad film? Yeah, I genuinely think, you know, like the CGI of new films, it makes it look way too real. I, for some reason, find that less scary than when there was like that psychological edge where you kind of like were invoked. I have watched The Entity and The Evil Dead, yeah. Texas Chainsaw, yeah. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yeah. That should be high. McInerney gets the free. You know what is a really good film? Identity, if you've ever seen that. I like my psychological thrillers as well. Teresa, no, Hereditary. I was just looking at the synopsis. I was just looking at the. I was looking at the synopsis, and it sounds good. Do you know what I mean? It sounds good. I haven't seen Halloween, the 80s movie. I haven't seen it. I'm aware of it, though. And there's a behind. Yeah, I was just reading the synopsis of it. Just so it doesn't give away anything. You know what film we watched recently? Trap. Looks good. Is good. I'll have to check it out. I like the older horror movies, personally. You know, like Friday the 13th, things like that. I find them a lot more eerie. I love that from you, Laggy. But yeah, I like the psychological thrillers as well. I'm a big fan of like psychological thrillers as well. Yeah, well, I'm 40 this year, Kylie. I'm getting old. But yeah, my brother made me watch it and told me that if he teased me saying, "Oh, you'll be a big baby and you'll cry," and I was like, "No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't." And I actually watched it. Oh, honestly, I can remember. I've watched it since, and I'm totally fine, right? But for some reason, as a kid, absolutely scared the bejesus out of me. Like that was an hour and 45 minutes of me crying. Absolutely, like internally crying. Sixth Sense, yeah. You know what? That movie twist absolutely blagged my head. I do like a twist in a movie as well. Like a good twist. I like M. Night Shyamalan movies because of the twist. Scarface? What? The movie or Scareface? Scareface. I've seen Scarface. Prisoners. I see dumbasses. You know what? I went to see Titanic with my brother and his girlfriend, and no word of a lie, his girlfriend looked at my brother and said, "Is this based on a true story?" One of my favourite things I have ever fucking heard. Honestly, one of my favourite things I have ever heard. Is this based on a true story? Honestly, and bearing in mind that was like, I think it was 1996. It would just been just starting secondary school when that came out. Honestly, genuinely couldn't believe it. I was like, what is this human being? Are you all right? 12 Angry Men. I have seen that movie. That's when they're doing the 12 Angry Men. That's where they're in the jury duty, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Good movie. Yeah, I have seen Scarface with Al Pacino. I used to like gangster movies when I was a teenager. Goodfellas is a great movie. What's that Kevin Costner movie as well, where he tracks down Al Capone? A good movie. Wolf Creek. The 50s one. I remember watching it at school, Double Dummy. The black and white one. The black and white one. I think it had Fonda in it. Did it? If I made that up, Henry Fonda, was he in it? Might have made that up. 5 minutes to go then. Oh, Rampage runs into trouble. Keys flips it out. Oh, that's high. Oh! Tony Dancer, Damser, did it really? Yeah. How weird was it? Alien and Terminators are brilliant. Shiny blue. Yeah, Sixth Sense, it blagged my head. I didn't even know they'd done a remake. Drilled in. Oh, Birds. Do you remember Birds? We watched Birds at school as Adelaide kick a goal on the goal line. They are encroaching the 100-point mark. Do you remember the Birds? There was a girl at school, we watched Birds, and what was the other movie we watched? It was an Agatha Christie. Sure, it was an Agatha Christie novel. Oh, I've got to Google it now. It was the one based on... It was the one based on, like, Cluedo. Do you remember? Oh, God, that's going to annoy me. Then there were none. Then there were none. We had to watch that because we did for year 11 English literature. So it was, and then there were none, and we watched The Birds. And it was about like creating suspense without technology. And the chick I was sat next to, that was brilliant, Double Dummy. Brilliant by you. Then we were sat, and she was scared to go outside because of the birds. Sneakers. Tell you what, chat, you're all doing it. Great mark there. It's like a 1930s, 40s film. It's like proper old, man. Like proper old. Watch for school. But yeah, the chick I sat next to at school, she was shit scared after watching watching the birds of going outside. And I'm like, when have you seen birds go crazy, man? Like, do you know what I mean? That's crazy, that Double Dummy. Yeah, real good one. Do you remember the lady in what they did that thing, isn't it? Is it the lady in white? They remade it, Lady in Black with a thingy with Harry Potter, the woman in black. Because the old one of that is absolutely cooked. I wonder if we could. Oh, that's gutting. You know what, though? We could do a watch along if you watch it at the same time as me. Though, couldn't we? We could do a watch along of a horror movie if you watch it at the same time as me. Yeah, if you watch the original one, absolutely cooked. Hey, I love that, Dazza. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, mate. I'm looking forward to seeing you boys play finals. Suppose we could do Double Dummy, actually. Genuinely, why? We could do that, though. Like, if we all just, like, because you all start the game when I start, we could do it together. Hey, that is right up my alley. That rubber. A killer tyre. How could you not enjoy that? A homicidal car tyre discovers its destructive cyanotic powers and it sets its sight on a desert town. What a synopsis of a movie. I genuinely think we could do that. That's off-season content. We can watch a horror movie in here and I'll turn the lights out. Because Mrs. Pom will tell you, I get jumpy in a horror movie. Behind. Equality. And then we'll probably have to do, like, put something like flubber on after. I have to do that. Even now at 40 years old, if I watch something scary, I have to watch something really light-hearted. I reckon, honestly, I genuinely think Adelaide, if they get to the finals, they could do damage. Honestly, profound, mate. What a spot by you. Rubber flubber. Hey, Spawn, have to watch something completely happy after, so I get out of, oh my God. You know what? When I watched The Conjuring, the first ever movie, you know, anything demonic, like I say, that's my trigger. Because it's something, the whole theory of demonic possession freaks me out. Not being in control of who I am. I watched that once on my own, right? And we had a power cut about 20 minutes after. I had to go upstairs on my own for a piss. And honestly, I must have spent about 40 minutes psyching myself out. Psyching myself up to go upstairs with a candle up there. I was like, ah, fuck this, man. Genuinely, honestly. Anything demonic possession, though, freaks me out. The whole thought of not being in control of yourself, I find terrifying. And Sydney clear their lines, and Adelaide have put on a show at the SCG. 131-41 is the score. Adelaide destroy the Swans and send a little message to the competition that they are Licilious. Chat, thank you very much for hanging. I've really had a lot of fun with you. We'll definitely tee up a horror watch-along. I reckon that'll be fun. And I'm sure Mrs. Pom will set up some pranks for me. But thanks very much, chat, for hanging with me. As always, it's a pleasure and a privilege. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. If I'm not back tomorrow, I will be back Monday with Damo to do the recap show. You've got a couple of previews coming up tomorrow. You've got the Collingwood review, and you've got this review as well. So you will see me anyway. I love you guys in chat. Thank you very much for